In the last video I uploaded, I talked about a YouTuber called Suzy who was misusing YouTube systems in order to silence valid criticism that was allowed to be on the platform via a community guideline takedown of John Swan's video for bullying and harassment. But unfortunately, according to YouTube, it seems like she wasn't misusing their systems at all, because right after I uploaded my last video, YouTube responded to John Swan's tweet about his video being struck with a community guideline strike and said, "We apply our policies consistently, regardless of who flags content. Your video was flagged by many users before being removed. The team reviewed your appeal and confirmed that the video did violate our harassment policies. More on those policies here. We appreciate that you re-uploaded an edited copy of the video that complies with our policies, and does not include repeated attacks based on someone else's appearance. We also looked into your concerns regarding copyright abuse, and did not find any evidence of that." So there is so much wrong with this tweet. I could do an entire in-depth debunking of it, and I will do that, but first let's see what other people have to say about this. Leon Lush responds to this by saying, "Bro, what?" Nicholas Diorio says, "Wow, untagged you guys responded? This is beyond unprecedented. Seems like a special case. Can we know the name of the employee who recommended this course of action?" Jay Aubrey says, "Thanks for nothing, fellas." Colossus Crazy responds with a picture of punished YouTube. Blues Dank said, "Did you look into that with your fucking eyes closed?" A-Star says, "So you were just going to ignore the false strikes on Mark After Dark? You were going to overlook her 3 strikes on Tipster's channel for reporting it? YouTube is complicit with channels profiting off full-length anime? So Keemstar's call to action is BS?" Leonad says, "We apply our policies consistently." No, you absolutely don't. If a few offhand jokes at someone's expense in a video that is primarily genuine criticism is enough to get that video removed, then every video making fun of Trump or other celebrities should be too. But they are not. You are flat out admitting to having double standards here. Not only is this a terrible look, but you are on the path to killing an entire genre of content on your platform. An entire community. Get your act together, YouTube. Lieutenant Cobra says, "I don't know about that one, Chief." Lord Vega responds with a thumbs down. As the Universe Fades says, "So are videos taking shots at Donald Trump's appearance getting removed as well, since you apply your policies so consistently?" 1SP Token Podcast says, "What a joke. Suzy uploads full anime. Her reactions are mostly silent. That isn't fair use, and yet you guys sided with her." Pimp Master Yoda responds by saying, "No problem, Team YouTube. The community is always happy to do this the hard way, just like the previous times your inactivity caused adpocalypses."
Well, a chance gave you we did, Team YouTube. The right thing failed to do, once again you have. Handle this, the community will. Contact we shall, the intellectual property holders for anime. And then perhaps, a little less retarded, you will act when compliant YouTube is with Suzy copyright theft.
We tried to warn you about the weird stuff going on in kids' videos ages ago. We tried to warn you about COPPA violations going on before it happened. And we tried to warn you about Logan Paul. Each time you ignored them to chase non-issues, until it came back to bite you. John Swan himself responds to this by saying, "Just woke up to this. This decision is a very bad move for YouTube commentary and satire in general, to say the least. Glad to know my re-upload will stay up. Part 2 coming soon." Memology101 says, "Whoever is Suzy YouTube manager, he is also in control of the Twitter account for Team YouTube. I have never seen such a turnaround and fast response times for any topic until now. Keep in mind, YouTube is currently understaffed." He then underlines the part of Team YouTube's response where they say, "Your video has been flagged by many users," and responds, "This also confirms videos by Suzy have been mass flagged," which coincides with Suzy's posts ordering her fans to flag said videos. All is lining up. Thanks for confirming, YouTube. Twoon says, "Someday, YouTube, someone's again gonna sue the living shit out of you, and you'll regret not taking a stand right here, right now. Don't think you realize how shit this is, what you just stated. Cunt." BWC says, "Suzy channel was literally restored after being DMCA'd by a legitimate company. Are you saying that you broke Safe Harbor to do so?" Nicholas Diorio says, "Unbelievable. Hey everyone, guess who just sent a president for content? Satire is officially dead and criticism is on its way there. Thanks, Team YouTube, for being garbage every step of the way. Hey Twitch support, did you let this employee go? Internet Unwind says, "That's it. Pack up the luggage. Commentary and comedy channels aren't allowed anymore. You can't even hint at an insult or joke about someone anymore. Totally disappointed this is how new media is. And old media is totally fine with comedy and satire even directed at someone. She has videos that are 80% a TV show and 20% her own contribution. How can that not violate copyright? She was banned from the platform 2 times for copyright abuse previously and restored. That doesn't add up. Lol." Internet Unwind then makes this video on Twitter about the situation.
Alright, before people start jumping to making rash decisions here, keep in mind regarding the John Swan thing, he was flagged by a bunch of people according to YouTube. So making parallels to like late night shows and stuff doesn't necessarily apply because we don't know that they've been flagged by anyone for harassment. So according to YouTube, technically if they hadn't been flagged, they don't need to take action. I don't know if that's actually what's going on or not, but I'm saying drawing parallels without evidence is probably not going to help us out here.
While this response from YouTube was being reacted to by everybody, Suzy Lu took it upon herself to delete all of her tweets off of Twitter. The quartering shows this and says, "Suzy Lu has purged her entire Twitter history. If Suzy Lu is following the playbook I think she is, in a day or two she will upload a video proclaiming she has been getting threats and all the backlash is unwarranted, and she is the real victim." Suzy Lu and her boyfriend right now, showing a gif of shredding paper. And what he's alluding to with this whole plan that Suzy Lu will call herself a victim is that by deleting tweets, Suzy Lu is deleting evidence of her aggression towards other people, and it somewhat makes the criticism against her seem slightly unwarranted. She will probably take fringe cases of people trying to dox her or doing extremely horrible stuff to her that nobody in their right mind supports to say that she is the victim in this entire scenario. But in reality, the true victim here is not only John Swan, but also YouTube commentary as a whole, as a bunch of the other YouTubers on Twitter have already alluded to. Because this response from YouTube sets a very bad precedent for what's allowed on the platform, because they specifically mention that John Swan's video did violate the policies based on, quote, "repeated attacks based on someone else's appearance." Now this statement makes me wonder, did they watch the same video that I and 60k other people did? Because nowhere within John Swan's 32-minute video was there repeated attacks, let alone any attacks, based on someone else's appearance. But I'm not just gonna tell you this, I'm gonna show you this. Here is every single mention of a physical attribute of any kind, regardless of positive, negative, or neutral, in John Swan's 32-minute video.
But behind that forehead, for such a forehead, just how big is Suzy Lu's forehead? Of Suzy Lu's forehead. Suzy Lu had the head start. Suzy Lu's forehead of forehead size. There was no harassment or ridicule anywhere throughout this piece. It's concerning and dangerous that presenting the actual size of a human body part is now harassing and bullying someone. That would be like analysing the height of Danny DeVito and getting taken down with a community guideline strike. It's just ridiculous. And I think it sets an incredibly dangerous precedent for the future of comedy and satire on this platform.
Yep, that's it. That's all the mentions of any physical attribute, and majority of those mentions were to illustrate how mentioning a physical attribute alone isn't enough to break the guidelines that YouTube has in place on bullying and harassment. The only thing that could be misconstrued into an insult is the very first clip of him mentioning her forehead when he says, "Behind that big forehead of hers lies deception, etc., etc." Which to me is just a reference to her large forehead rather than a direct insult. And that distinction between describing an attribute versus attacking or shaming someone based on that attribute is an important one to make, considering that based on the guidelines YouTube gives that were even linked in the response directly to John Swan by Team YouTube, they mentioned that you have to insult the people based on those attributes. Merely mentioning these attributes should theoretically be fine. Now there are two explanations to this. this. 1, Team YouTube is being intentionally disingenuous in order to cover for Suzy Lu, or 2, they are planning on altering what is deemed as harassment and the article that they linked is just simply not updated yet. And if it is the latter, and John Swan's video is an example of a video that cannot exist on this platform, that means that if you mention any physical attribute of any human whatsoever, whether it be in a negative, neutral, or positive way, you have the potential of getting that video removed from YouTube. So in addition to the word fuck and faggot, we have a new F word in town: forehead, finger, face, and many more other words that describe the human body. I hope this isn't the future of YouTube. I hope that this is a fluke. I hope that they're making exceptions for Suzy Lu. But with Gokinaru's video on H3 being removed, iDubbbz's Content Cop on Leafy being removed, and many other videos that we probably don't know about being removed for bullying and harassment, it seems like this might be the future of our platform. And I hope it isn't, because I just hit 100,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel to this extent. I actually never thought I would hit this milestone a couple years ago, and yet here we are at 100,000 subscribers. So I'd love to just give a huge thank you to everyone who has supported the channel up until this point. I will be making a special video to celebrate this milestone, but it won't be ready for a while. I do want to have the physical silver play button in my hands for this video, so don't expect it to come out until maybe May or whenever that is able to be shipped out to me. It might take a bit due to the current health situation in the world. Now here's to hoping that I will be able to hit the next milestone, 1 million, before YouTube deems my channel as a harassment and cyberbullying channel and eliminates me from the platform. Anyways, if you'd like to keep up with me, be sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. Thank you so much to my channel members for supporting the channel, in particular Josh Pescator and Continued Bear. They have both donated $30 a month, very generous of them. If you want to check out their YouTube channels, you definitely should. Now with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.